I'm going to do something a little bit different with the channel. In previous review videos, I was reading off a script when making these videos. For Star Fox 64, I decided that I did not want to write a script and say anything that comes off the top of my head, along with keeping it PG, because YouTube guidelines and all. I gotta be nice, and I'm trying to do right by YouTube because I want this channel to grow. And YouTube does not like whenever I use swear words in my videos. And I noticed they do not get as much push as my other videos that don't have swear words. So I wanted to do a script just to sound as natural as I can possibly be while making a video. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get started. Star Fox 64 is something that I have a lot of sentimental attachment to. I played Star Fox 64 when I was in high school and also in middle school as well. And coming home from school, my brother and I, we would get on Star Fox 64 and play multiplayer, the multiplayer dogfights. And needless to say, he always whooped my ass. And I know you're watching this right now. I know you're watching this. And I just want you to know I can do better now. I am definitely a lot better than what I was back then. So get at me. Star Fox has had a rough time previously, especially with Star Fox Adventures going way off the beaten path and going the route of a game that's similar to the Legend of Zelda series. You got your puzzles, you go and find stuff, small RPG elements in the game, increasing your life, finding different pieces of equipment, upgrading your equipment essentially. It was great. I thought it was really great, but in the long run, it did get a lot of backlash because it derailed from its origins, being a rail shooter that was very linear. Now, granted, the Star Fox series is still a linear game, but Star Fox Adventures was just something that was totally different from what we were used to seeing. Alright, I'm getting off topic again, like I do with every review video. This is about Star Fox 64. I'm the 90s Middle Gamer, and welcome to the 90s Middle Gamer channel. As I mentioned already, this video is going to be a little bit different than the previous review videos that I've done before. Normally, I have a script written for my review videos, but this time, I wanted to do away with it just to see how I can think of things off the top of my head, and I wanted to see how it comes out. And yeah, we'll go from there. Let's see how it goes. So with that out of the way, let's talk about Star Fox 64. Star Fox 64 is a sequel to the Super Nintendo Star Fox, same name. And essentially the story follows the same as its predecessor, but with a little bit of a twist on it. It doesn't deviate from its origins whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it expands upon its origins, adding a lot more lore, especially if you read some of the short comic books that are associated with it. I don't know where you can find them, but I know there's more lore that's associated in the Star Fox series in those comics. It offers a lot more story, a lot more depth. Star Fox 64 is not my favorite Star Fox game, actually. It is actually Star Fox Adventures. I don't have it up here because I think one of my friends is borrowing it. Or I can't find it. It's either one or the other. But yeah, Star Fox 64 is one of the games that I love and I hold close to my heart. But Star Fox Adventure ultimately takes the prize on this one. Star Fox 64 is one of the few games that I actually did 100% completion on without cheating way back in my glory days. Now, that was a long time ago. I had to say it released in 1997. I was at least 10 years old when I first played it. I don't really remember exactly when I first played it though. but when I got my hands on it, I did a 100% completion on it, and there's a lot of unlockables in it. There's an expert mode, which really it's really difficult. It's really difficult. And then there's a multiplayer mode, and in the multiplayer mode you can play as the Landmaster in R-Wing, or you can be on foot. Or yeah, you take your pick, whichever one you wanted to do with all the unlockables that you had. You had to get all medals on all the stages well, you can't get a medal if one of your co-pilots dies. Or your teammates rather. You can't get a medal if one of your teammates dies, or you don't get like the actual mission accomplished logo. When I was replaying this game, it was a burst of nostalgia just rushing back to me. And ultimately I was overwhelmed with it. I was really thinking back to my younger days when I didn't have a care in the world, no responsibilities, just doing homework and doing chores. Even I thought I wasn't really good at that either, so there's that. Now normally I would do one playthrough of the game and call it, but I did take it a step further. I did 2 playthroughs actually. One, so I could get both endings of the Star Fox 64, because there's two different endings. One is the real version, and the other one is, it's a fake. You'll see the spoilers in the end. Well, I'll give you the spoilers right now actually. One of them, Andros returns, of course. You'll see like a shadow of him in the background, and with his laugh. And the other one, there's no shadow of him in the background. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I did 2 playthroughs. One on the real ending and one on the fake ending. And I did use cheats. I used infinite health, infinite bombs, and it had infinite dual lasers. But I broke the game a little bit because when I lost a wing, the game did not know what to do, because you need both wings if you want blue lasers. And when I broke a wing, the game didn't know what to do, so it was constantly switching back between single lasers and the blue lasers. It got confused. You'll see when we get there. But I did 2 playthroughs so you can see both endings. All right, let's get into it.
I want to see your tiny head.
Remember when I said that Star Fox 64 is a continuation of the SNES version of Star Fox? Well, lucky for us, there is a backstory already in the game, and it tells it to us, which is a good thing because I really suck at storytelling, and the game is going to tell us the story. So, enjoy.
Corneria, 4th planet of the Lylat system. The evil Andros turned this once thriving system into a wasteland of near extinction. General Pepper of the Cornerian army was successful in exiling this maniacal scientist to the barren, deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McLeod, Pigma Dangar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team were sent to investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Andros. Peppy barely escaped Venom and returned home to tell James' son, Fox, about his father's fate. A few years have passed. Andros has again invaded the Lylat system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team, headed by Fox McCloud, to save Corneria and free the Lylat system once again.
So there you have it, the story of Star Fox 64. It essentially is the same story as OG Star Fox on the SNES, but with a fresh coat of paint. You got Andros invading the Lylat system, and Star Fox and his team are gonna stop him. For 1997 standards, the game looks great. I will give it that. It is beautiful with bright colors, great contrasting where it needs to be. It looks amazing. But for 2022 standards, this will not fly. For nostalgic purposes and nostalgic purposes only, I will say that the game looks absolutely amazing for its time. Very, very beautiful. Compare that to 2022 standards, it's going to be a hard no. Blocky graphics in 2022 will not fly for most games. Because we've all gotten accustomed to face capturing gameplay and whatnot, things like that of the sort. So in 2022, this game will not fly. To make up for it, the game Star Fox Zero for the Wii U, that was amazing and essentially follows the same story. Again, all Star Fox games are pretty much the same, with the exception of Star Fox 64. The Nintendo 64 graphics were not bad by any means at all. No, not at all. But it was because of the hardware limitations at the time that caused it to look like this. The polygon looking shapes, characters and whatnot, it was all due to the hardware limitations at the time. And so I'm not going to hold it against Nintendo for the graphics. Now, to give it a handicap, when I give the game its final score, I will not take into consideration the graphics and the presentation, because ultimately I feel like it's unfair. It's an unfair advantage to every other game. So the graphics will not have any part in the overall score calculation. I have to give it that.
You already know what I'm about to do, a shameless plug. If you like what you see, go ahead and like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things. All the work I do on my channel is from me. I do all the work, all the editing by myself. I am a solo YouTuber. I would like to keep it like that. So any little support will go a long way. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Please like this video and drop a comment for the algorithm. Let me know what you think of the channel. Let me know what you think of the videos. What should I do next? I love y'all. Let's get back to the video.
Now the gameplay is where it really makes its money. Between the R-Wing, the Landmaster, and the Blue Marine, you have an arsenal of weapons to choose from. My personal favorite would of course be the R-Wing, flying through the air, dropping bombs on everybody, just blowing stuff up. I had a lot of fun playing this game. And the gameplay itself, I felt really immersed in it. Under any other circumstance, I would say the Nintendo 64 controller is just absolutely horrendous. But it actually paid off. The Nintendo 64 controller worked very well. While you're in R-Wing mode, you have your lasers and you have your bombs, of course. And when you hold A, you can charge your laser to build up an energy ball that can home in on your enemies and take out more than one, and group them together to earn bonus kills. The Landmaster is essentially just an R-Wing on wheels, and I absolutely love it. Now, my least favorite of them all would have to be the Blue Marine. It's a submarine. You're underwater. You have your lasers, but you can't charge your lasers. But the plus side is you have an unlimited amount of torpedoes at your disposal, which can light up your path in darkness. That's essentially what they're used for. And even Slippy says, use a torpedo to light the way. Or is it Peppy? Oh no, I gotta look this up now. Overall, I would say the gameplay was a solid experience. I did not experience any delays in the control. It was absolutely great. 10 out of 10 stars. Would do again. And of course, it would not be a proper Star Fox game if we didn't have Peppy telling us to do a barrel roll. So, here it is.
Do a barrel roll!
I said I would show you the two endings for this game. One being the real one being the fake one. And here they are. The first one I'm going to show you is the fake one. And then the second one is going to be the real one. Let's take a look. The soundtrack of this game is very heavy on the orchestra type feel to it, and I love it. I think it fits perfectly. And I'm pretty sure I'm able to play clips of this song on YouTube without getting a copyright claim on it. So we're going to go ahead and listen to some of the Star Fox 64 soundtrack.
Open the wing. Check your G-diffuser system. Velcro here. I'm fine. This is Peppy. All systems go.
Slippy here. I'm okay.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll. Slippy, get back here! Slippy, watch out! Don't be on your tail!
Whoa! Help me!
The music really does remind me of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I think they sound similar. And that's not a bad thing at all. I love the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time soundtrack. Nonetheless, the orchestra type music in Star Fox 64 really does fit well. All soundtracks for each stage have a very similar feel to it, and I'm not even mad. It's truly beautiful.
Overall, I had a lot of fun playing Star Fox 64 again. I honestly felt like a child. It was such a rush of nostalgia, and a lot of my childhood memories were coming back to me. Just coming home from school and loading up in the Star Fox 64 on the Nintendo 64, of course, and just going ham on it with multiplayer and whatnot. It was great playing multiplayer with my brothers. My brother, actually, I don't think my younger brother played Star Fox 64. But yeah, my older brother and I, we would always play Star Fox 64, and he would always whoop my ass. And now that I cheat on my video games again, I'm pretty sure I can take them. So if you're watching this, bro, come at me. I got you. With all that said and done, I would give this game a water score of 5 out of 5 water bottles. That's all the time we have for today, guys. So if you like what you see, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do all my videos by myself. Any kind of support I get will go a long way. I am trying to grow my channel as best I can, and I can't do it without your help. So if you like what you see, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Let me know, what game should I review next? Y'all stay hydrated, and I love you.